I'm hearing what you say, but it just can't make a sound. You tell me that you need me, then you go and cut me down. But wait, you tell me that you're sorry, didn't think I'd turn around and say that it's too late to apologize. It's too late. I said it's too late to apologize. It's too late. I take another chance, take a fall, take a shot for you. Oh, and I need you like a heart needs a beat, but it's nothing new. Yeah, yeah. I loved you with the fire red, now it's turning blue. And you say sorry like the angel heaven let me think was you. But I'm afraid it's too late to apologize. It's too late. I said it's too late to apologize. It's too I said it's too late to apologize, yeah. I said it's too late to apologize, Images flow through my mind just when I think I've forgotten you. Memories that I left behind quicken my heartbeat too. I can run, but I cannot hide away, 'cause you're part of my soul every night and day. I am living in a different country with the seeds I've sown, and suddenly I think what I'd left behind. Beating a rolling stone, they say your first love lasts your whole life long, and you'll never forget her face. I guess I'll be a stranger any place but home. All of the firsts of my life, yeah, they all happened beneath your skies. First love and first dreams and first tears. Nothing can break those ties. If I travel the world for my whole life, I'll discover that you were my paradise. I am living in a different country
Check.
with the seeds I've sown, and suddenly I think what I left behind. Beating a rolling stone, they say your first love lasts your whole life long, and you'll never forget her face. I guess I'll be a stranger any place but home. I am living in a different country, beating a rolling stone. I am living in a different country. I feel the chaos. don't try to deny. I better learn to accept that there are things in my life I can't control. There are things in my life I can't control. They say love ain't nothing but a sore. I don't even know what love is. Too many tears have had to fall. Don't you know I'm so tired of it all? I have known terror, dizzy spells, finding out the secrets words won't tell. Whatever it is, it can't be named. There's a part of my world fading away. You know I don't want to be clever, to be brilliant or superior. True like ice, true like fire. Now I know that a breeze can blow me away. Now I know there's much more dignity in defeat than the brightest victory. I'm losing my balance on the tightrope. Tell me please, tell me please, tell me please, tell me please. If I ever feel better, I need to spend some good time with you. Can you give me your number? When it's all over, I'll let you know. If I ever feel better, I need to spend some good time with you. Can you give me your number? When it's all over, I'll let you know. Hang on to the good days. I can lean on my friends. They help me going through hard times. But I'm feeding the enemy. I'm in league with the foe. Blame me for what's happening. I can't try, can't try, can't try, can't try. No one knows the hard times I went through. If happiness came, I missed the call. The stormy days ain't over. I've tried and lost, no one think that I'll pay the cost. I've watched all my castles fall. They were made of dust after all. Someday all this mess will make me laugh. I can wait, I can wait, I can wait, I can wait. If I ever feel better, I need to spend some good time with you. You can give me your number. When it's all over, I'll let you know. If I ever feel better, I need to spend some good time with you. You can give me your number. When it's all over, I'll let you know. If I ever feel better, I need to spend some good time with you. You can give me your number. When it's all over, I'll let you know.
West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. Country road, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, life of my mind, take me home. Country roads, country roads, take me home.
Good evening, folks. Is that on? You can tell. Yeah, it is. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yep. All right. Okay.
Let me adjust this to your head.
We just need to call them up. We just need. She
Yeah,
just asked me
I
to
just
call
checked.
the inductees up for.
Did she?
Yes. I don't think we're starting.
No.
Just quite
Okay.
yet.
Just to test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay.
So is this one live? Yeah. Good evening, folks. Hello, everyone. If you could start to make your way to your seats, please. If you are an inductee of this year or years past, if you could please make your way to the front of the stage. Again, if you're an inductee, a past inductee, or an inductee for this year, please make your way to the front of the stage. Yes, lovely. Yes. All right, folks, if you can make your way to your seats, please. We'll get started in a moment. And again, if you are an inductee from this year or years past, please make your way to the front of the stage. If you are not an inductee, do not make your way to the front of the stage. Just go to your seats. Again, folks, if you can make your way to your seats, please. We'll get started in a moment. And if you are an inductee from this year or years past, if you are in the Hall of Fame in any capacity, please make your way to the front of the stage. Again, folks, if you are an inductee from this year or years past, if you are in the Hall of Fame, please grace us with your presence at the front of the stage.
Hello. Louder. Give me more. We would love to see the inductees from the past and present join us.
Robert is clearly the muscle tonight. The muscle.
Never been called a muscle man until now.
All right, so inductees, make your way to the front of the stage. And if you're not an inductee, just make your way to your seats. And we are going to get started.
Do you want them on that stage?
I don't. That's above my pay grade. I'm not sure.
Okay. Yes, if we could. If you'd like to assemble on the stage, absolutely. Absolutely. In class in hand is fine.
Did you want us up here now, did you?
Yes. Yep.
I think
yep.
so.
Yep. You're in the right place. That's
Wow,
great.
this is getting good.
Yes.
Oh, I should put my water there. Okay. Thank you.
That's great, folks.
So, the new one's up here. The old
Oh,
one's
okay.
down there. If you are a previous inductee, we would like you in front of the stage. But if you are a present inductee, we would like you to remain on the stage. So, for the previous inductees, if you wanted to go in front of the stage, and those who are present inductees on the stage.
Well done, Robert.
I don't know if that's going to work. Again, if you are a previous inductee in front of the stage.
15 years ago.
You want to go in front?
Do I?
Yeah, they did, but they can't see it. If you want to come down here and take it over.
What do you want?
The president inductees on the stage.
Present and the rest down there?
All right. Yes, it's all coming together. It's all coming together.
I need some water now.
Yes. All right, great. Awesome. All right, folks, we're going to get started. You know what? Why don't we start with a round of applause for all of this talent on the stage? On the stage and in front of the stage. What a fine group of people assembled. All right, you guys hold tight for just a few moments. Robert and I are going to kick things off. So welcome, everyone, to the Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame. I'm Kelly Spencer.
I'm Robert Geller.
And we are your hosts for this evening. At this time, we have all of our honored members of the hall in attendance. All the ones that are in the hall that are here tonight are all assembled in front of you. And we're going to have a celebratory toast to kick things off.
Absolutely. So we need to have your glasses in hand shortly. But let's recognize the inductees. We have those members of the induction class of 2026, including inductees of their accepting representatives to my left. And we are also having our guests. So thank you, all of those who are representatives of our 2026 class. And to the inducted hall members who are in attendance, a welcome to you all. If you would be kind enough to identify yourselves with a wave to our audience tonight as we call your name. Let's begin with Larry Attard, jockey 2001. Sid Attard, thoroughbred trainer 2013. Roger Atfield, thoroughbred trainer 1999. Jim Bannon, communicator 2015.
John Bax, standardbred trainer 2025. Dave Briggs, communicator inductee of 2025. Jim Bullock, standardbred builder of 2021.
Josie Carroll, thoroughbred trainer 2019.
Steve Condren, driver 2011. Jack Darling, standardbred trainer 2022.
Eureka Rosa da Silva, jockey 2022.
Ian Fleming, standardbred builder 2019. Dr. Moira Gunn, builder 2024.
Robert Landry, jockey 2014. Sue Leslie, thoroughbred builder in 2021. Dan Wazell, communicator 2018.
Paul McDonnell, driver 2020. Bill O'Donnell, driver 1986, a fine vintage.
Vicky Pappas, a thoroughbred builder 2021. Robin Platts, jockey 1997. Glenn Secura, thoroughbred builder in 2023. And Robert Tiller, thoroughbred trainer inducted in 2008. Thank you. And now, those being inducted this evening, please identify yourselves when your names are mentioned.
Representing Majestic Sun this evening, Mark Stacy.
Representing Rahi's attorney, Joe McClellan.
Mike Saftik, driver inductee.
Mike Burns, communicator inductee.
Oh, this has turned into a competition, I see.
I see that.
All right. Putting on a show, a standardbred female horse inductee representing is Richard Young and Steve Stewart.
John Brenges, thoroughbred builder inductee. Representing Eva Ring, thoroughbred legend inductee, Susan Ring and Kira Elder.
Representing Dr. William Henry Riddle, standardbred legend inductee. This evening is a representative from Dufferin County.
Representing Ralph Pearson, Meritorious Award recipient, members of the Pearson family. Richard Dos Ramos, jockey inductee. Representing thoroughbred trainer inductee Dale Saunders are his wife, Bob, and daughter, Nikki.
Joining us tonight, Dr. Maurice Stewart, standardbred builder inductee.
Representing thoroughbred female horse inductee, one for Rose, are Carlos and Lutucci.
Representing standardbred veteran inductee Western Dreamer are members of the Daly family. And standardbred trainer inductee joining us tonight, begrudgingly, I would guess, is Doug Arthur.
A welcome to you all, and great to have everyone here tonight. It's time for a toast, and the toast will be to Canada's best. So if you have your glasses ready, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise and charge your glasses in a toast to the class of 2026 and all our inductees in attendance tonight. I'm going to give you a 3-number count. Let's do it. We're going to say together to Canada's best on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, to Canada's best.
Woo! Well done. Bravo.
It was a trifecta.
And some pleasant news for everyone in attendance too, Robert, right? The glasses.
The glasses are going to be
Yes.
to keep
Yes.
and take. Oh, photo. Yes, we'll do it again if you like.
Okay.
You guys want to stay for another photo? Are you good? Okay. Yes, we have a commemorative glass, and you see at the table, it says that it's Horse Racing Hall of Fame's 50th anniversary logo. Those are a gift for each of you to take home tonight. So as you go to your seats, just don't forget later in the night to take them home.
All right. We missed one. We missed one in the. I'll say it in a second. Once everybody's settled. Once everyone's settled, I'll say it. Yeah. Her name? I will in a sec. Yeah. We'll do our little
Do it now.
yeah, our little film thing. We skipped a little film thing at the beginning. The best picture.
Oh, that's okay.
All right. Okay, we did have one gentleman at the front here. They say you save the best for last. Isn't that what they say, Robert?
They do say that.
Save
They do
the
say
best
that.
for last. So we have one esteemed inductee. Yes, thank you. So one acknowledged Carl Jamieson was also joining us at the front tonight, inductee in the Hall of Fame. Hall of Famer Carl Jamieson. I'll take the heat for that one later, I'm sure.
Me too.
All right, and with that, let's get on with the show. So welcome to the 50th anniversary of the Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame. Tonight, we are celebrating not only a new class of inductees, but we're also celebrating the 50th anniversary. Tonight, there will be 15 individuals recognized, including 10 very worthy people and 5 tremendously talented horses. This year's inductees bring the total number of horses and people honored during our hall's first 50 years to a total that exceeds, can you believe this, Robert, 500 inductees.
That is an astonishing number. To think that there are 500 inductees in the Hall of Fame. What a comment that is about our history and the continued legacy that we represent here tonight.
It is indeed. All right. So among this year's honorees are 2 very deserving inductees in the legend category, which was created to recognize those whose significant contribution to horse racing occurred more than 50 years before their induction. We look forward to sharing their stories of the very important achievements of 2 incredible people who were trailblazers and such an important part of the Canadian horse racing story.
Also, this year, for only the second time, the Hall will recognize someone with a meritorious service award. This evening is our opportunity to appropriately, fully recognize our inductees in front of family, friends, admirers, and the racing industry at large, some of whom have traveled extensive distances to be with us tonight, and we truly appreciate that. And that also reminds us that this year's inductees themselves do represent a broad cross-section across the country, representing Alberta and Ontario, and the class of 2026 truly does represent all aspects of horse racing. And there are also inductee representatives attending from the United States. We welcome you, and guests attending from Quebec. Vive le Québec! Enchanté! Bienvenue! Shall I continue?
No, no.
Welcome to all our guests. Wonderful. Give yourselves a round of applause. We do thank our nomination and election committees for their work that's resulted in this stellar list of worthy new inductees. It's important that we do reflect on the history and diversity of our country. So, ladies and gentlemen, would you please follow along the screen as the Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame's special land acknowledgement statement is pronounced. We all live on the land of Indigenous peoples. Since the introduction of horses to these lands, our cultures have shared an admiration and respect for horses and their relationship with humanity in all respects. We celebrate their role in sport and competition. Thank you. We do now ask that you please rise for a special rendition of the Canadian National Anthem, O Canada, featuring many Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame honored members. Thank you. Please be seated.
What a lovely video. You know, the crew at Woodbine Entertainment Group, the video department, they really do a bang up job of all of these videos. And as you've noticed, some of those have updated images in them and really impactful and lovely.
We thank you so much.
All right. So now to a solemn portion of our proceedings as we remember with thankful hearts those honored members who have passed since the last time we gathered. I'll direct your attention to the in memoriam screen. We start with 1980 jockey inductee Ron Turcotte, the New Brunswick native who initially worked at E.P. Taylor's Winfield Farms as a hot walker before going on to ride the iconic Secretariat to Triple Crown glory. 2018 Standardbred male horse inductee Blissful Hall, winner of the 1999 Pacing Triple Crown, including the Cane Pace, the Little Brown Jug, and the Messenger, before siring offspring with over $74 million in earnings on the racetrack. 1997 Thoroughbred trainer inductee and the trainer of 3 Queen's Plate winners, Royal Chocolate in 1973, Amber Herod in 1974, and Sound Reason in 1977. 2008 Standardbred female horse inductee Peaceful Way, who earned over $3.2 million and 4 O'Brien Awards, and 2025 Thoroughbred trainer inductee Mike Doyle, whose career stats include 1,178 wins, 29 stakes victories, and over $44 million in purse earnings, and who just 1 year ago was presented with his Hall of Fame ring. We also wish to acknowledge 2 very valued volunteer committee members who have passed. Dow Clowater, a longstanding member of the Standardbred Nomination Committee, and Andrea McGee, the chair of the Hall's Planning Committee for a number of years and someone who contributed to many induction galas and fundraising initiatives. We ask you to stand and observe a moment of silence in their honor. Thank you.
So it is now time to hear from the president of the Hall of Fame, Bill Ford. So let's welcome Bill.
Thank you, Robert and Kelly. Good evening, everyone. Bonsoir. On behalf of the Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to this special evening. Tonight, we celebrate 2 important milestones. We gather to honor the outstanding individuals and horses being inducted into the Hall of Fame, and we celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame itself. 50 years ago, a group of visionary industry leaders recognized that Canadian horse racing deserved a permanent way to honor its greatest champions and preserve its remarkable history. Since those first inductions in 1976, the Hall of Fame has grown into the highest recognition our sport can bestow in Canada. Over 5 decades, it has welcomed hundreds of extraordinary horses and people whose achievements have shaped Canadian racing and earned international respect. 44 inductees, spanning builders, breeders, trainers, jockeys, drivers, and legendary horses from both thoroughbred and standardbred breeds were honored in 1976. That first class includes names that continue to reverberate in our sport today: E.P. Taylor, Elgin Armstrong, Armbro Flight, Northern Dancer among them. The Hall exists to ensure that excellence is remembered. It preserves the stories of those whose talent, commitment, and determination and passion elevated our sport and inspired those who followed. As we reflect on the last 50 years, we see a remarkable legacy. We see iconic thoroughbreds and standardbreds whose performances thrilled fans and defined generations. We see jockeys, drivers, trainers, owners, breeders, and builders whose vision and dedication transformed Canadian racing. We see families of those involved spanning generations, and we see communities across the country united by a shared love of horses and racing. Yet anniversaries are not only about celebrating the past, they also are an opportunity to think about our future. The greatest tribute we can pay to those who built this industry is not simply to preserve what they created, but to ensure it continues to evolve and prosper. Our Hall of Fame honors tradition, but it should never be a monument to standing still. The sport of horse racing is changing, as every successful industry and sport must. New technologies are transforming the fan experience. New audiences are discovering racing in different ways. Expectations around safety, integrity, equine welfare, and accessibility continue to evolve. These changes should not be feared, they should be embraced. The pioneers we honor in this hall were innovators in their time. They challenged assumptions, took risks, and looked ahead when others were only focused on the present. Their success came not from resisting change, but leading it. As the upholders of this legacy, we share that responsibility today. The next 50 years of Canadian horse racing will belong to those who respect and protect our traditions while remaining open to new ideas, new perspectives, and new opportunities. The Hall of Fame can continue to play an important role in connecting generations, preserving our stories, and inspiring future champions. To tonight's inductees, recognized individuals and connections, congratulations and thank you for enriching our sport and adding your names to its proud history. To our sponsors, thank you for your generous support to this gala and the Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame throughout the years. Your commitment enables us to preserve and celebrate the stories, achievements, and traditions and define our sport. To our staff and volunteers, board members, selection committee members, and all those who work behind the scenes, thank you for your countless hours you devote to making the hall and this evening possible. Your passion and dedication ensure that the accomplishments of Canadians racing champions continue to be recognized for generations to come. And to all of you here tonight, thank you for your attendance and support of Canadian horse racing. Whether you are an owner, breeder, trainer, driver, jockey, industry participant, fan, or friend of the sport, your presence here reflects a shared belief in the importance of celebrating excellence and preserving our heritage. As we celebrate this golden anniversary, let us remember that horse racing is more than a sport. It is a living legacy passed from one generation to the next. The champions we honor tonight may belong to history, but the values they represent, excellence, perseverance, courage, and passion will continue to guide our future. We are the custodians of a proud past, but more importantly, we are the authors of the Canadian horse racing's next 50 years. Thank you. Enjoy your evening, and congratulations to the Canadian horse racing class of 2026. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you so much, Bill. And as we celebrate, this is a golden anniversary, the 50th of the Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame. We thought it was appropriate to actually take a moment to look back at just how the Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame came to be. So we reached out to the Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame communicator, inductee, Bruce Walker, who was part of the group that got the ball rolling to create the hall. Bruce is unable to join us this evening, so we've asked fellow communicator, inductee Jim Bannon, to deliver Bruce's recollections of the very beginning of the hall.
We rarely get a break in the action like this where we can take a moment to thank our vocal hosts for this evening and past years as well. So I know Robert has a very busy week with the King's Plate, and Kelly is always sharpening her sense of humor. So why don't we just take a moment and say thank you collectively for the great presentation they make. Thank you. The Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame is certainly indebted to its honored member, Bruce Walker. Bruce Walker was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2013, and he highlighted the new communicators category. Bruce Walker is one of those rare individuals who not only impacted the formation of the Hall, but he is one who can report in finite detail the origins of the Hall. And in these following paragraphs, Bruce provides us with some very fascinating background on the start of the Hall of Fame. Over 50 years ago, a group of beat writers and publicists from harness and thoroughbred racing gathered in Ottawa to discuss the state of the racing world. The meeting was in conjunction with the National Association of Canadian Racetracks, as it was then called, and its yearly convention. During this meeting, the harness and thoroughbred racing writers lamented the fact that not much news was available for them to report on, since the directors and other racetrack executives met behind closed doors and revealed nothing of relevance. If this trend continued, they said, sports editors would quit sending them. I floated the idea that if we had a Hall of Fame and named inductees at every convention and dinner, it would rate coverage. Everyone liked the idea. So I presented the discussions of our group to the leaders of the National Association of Canadian Racetracks, and they jumped aboard. John Ferguson, who was affiliated with Bluebonnets Racetrack in Montreal, offered to make a trip to the National Museum of Racing and Hall of Fame in Saratoga, New York, to study their rules and regulations. He came up with a guideline for voting. After all, who was going to argue with Big John? In 1976, it all became a reality. The first inductees were announced, but we didn't have a permanent home. Mr. E.P. Taylor and Mr. Jean-Louis Levesque stepped forward. They offered to fund a standalone building on the grounds of Woodbine, adjacent to then front gates and opposite what was then the administration building of the Ontario Jockey Club. A Western interest was in favor of the hall being located in the West. Mr. Taylor and Mr. Levesque quietly backed away, not wanting to be part of a controversy racing did not need. Now we are here. We have had since 1997 a remarkable Hall of Fame at Woodbine, thanks to so many past presidents and dedicated supporters, including Jim Ormiston of Woodbine Entertainment and Lou Cause, Director Emeritus and honored member of the Hall. And every year we come together to honor past and present people who have built this shrine. We celebrate the best and the finest horses, men and women from the West and from the East. On behalf of Bruce Walker, a founding member of the Hall and the past chair of both the Thoroughbred nomination and election committees, I extend congratulations on his behalf to all those who are being honored this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing the real history there and how it all came to bear and be. We would like to recognize the current president of the Hall once again, as well as 4 past presidents who join us this evening. So let's start off with the gentleman who spoke earlier, our current president, Bill Ford. Let's recognize Bill. Down the back. Daryl Kaplan, John Stapleton, Glenn Secura, and Ted Smith. Thank you. Because of your outstanding work on behalf of the Hall and your continued support of the Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame, tonight is possible and greatly appreciated. It's time to recognize our sponsors.
An event such as this would not be possible without the support of sponsors. We thank the following companies and organizations for their generous support. Many of these sponsors have been with us for an extended time, each of which we appreciate immensely. We'll have a round of applause at the end for all of them collectively. Ontario Racing, our gold event sponsor. System Equine, our bronze event sponsor. Woodbine Entertainment's broadcast production department for producing the outstanding inductee biography videos. The Jockeys Benefit Association of Canada, our reception sponsor. Ontario Harness Tracks, this evening's inductee toast sponsor. COSA, the Central Ontario Standardbred Association, thank you for once again being our wine sponsor. Always a popular sponsor. Oh, they get their own round of applause, yes. Alberta-based The Horses, our inductee ticket sponsor. The Ontario Lottery and Gaming, this year's photography sponsor. Omega Alpha, who is sponsoring the live feed of this evening's event on the Hall's YouTube channel. Hello. And to each of these organizations and our friends behind them, thank you to all of them. How about a big round of applause for all of our sponsors this evening. And with that, it is now time to begin this evening's inductions as well as the first course of dinner service. I should remind those individuals being inducted this evening or their representatives, you will be invited to the stage at the conclusion of the biographical video and are welcome to speak once you are presented with the Hall of Fame ring or pendant, and our photographer Clive Cohen snaps a photo of this very special occasion. The connections of all the horses being honored this evening will be interviewed by myself or Robert so that all of us can learn details of their honored equines. Those interviews will take place on the far side of the stage following the presentation photos. So with that, we have all the instructions out of the way. Let's begin with tonight's first Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame inductee. Our first inductee this evening, a truly exceptional racehorse, can leave his mark in more than one hemisphere. Our next inductee first captured the imagination of Canadian racing fans with a brilliant 3-year-old campaign that earned him the sport's highest national honor. When injury brought his racing career to an early close, his influence was only beginning. As a stallion, he became a source of speed, stamina, and excellence, first in North America and later in Australia and New Zealand. His offspring have earned millions, produced champions, and carried his legacy around the world. The Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame is proud to induct Majestic Sun.
From humble beginnings, Majestic Sun rose to become one of Canada's most accomplished trotting champions and a highly influential sire. Bred by Mike Schertzer of Parry Sound, Ontario, and Peter Dennis of Brantford, Ontario, Majestic Sun was sold as a yearling for $33,000. He was trained throughout his racing career by Mark Stacey for the Majestic Sun stable, who currently own him as a stallion. The son of Hall of Fame horse Angus Hall, out of the King Conch mare Celtic Contessa, recorded 22 wins, set a mark of 152-2, and earned nearly $2 million during his exceptional racing career. Majestic Sun's 2-year-old season included victories in the Champlain Stakes and 4 Ontario Sire Stakes events, including the OSS Super Final.
Majestic Sun is going to get it done for Zeron and Stacy. Majestic Sun.
But it was his outstanding 3-year-old season in 2006 that secured his place among the sport's elite. Racing exclusively in Canada, he won 14 of 19 starts and earned more than $1.3 million with Trevor Ritchie as his regular driver. Victories in the Canadian Trotting Classic, Canadian Breeders' Championship, Good Times, and Breeders' Crown were added to his resume, along with O'Brien Awards as both Divisional Champion and Canada's Horse of the Year. Following a career-ending injury at 4, Majestic Sun launched an equally successful second career as a stallion at Terra Hills Stud Farm, siring North American winners of more than $25 million, including millionaires Charmed Life and Perfetto. Now standing stud in the Southern Hemisphere, Majestic Sun was New Zealand's Trotting Stallion of the Year in 2024 for the 7th straight season and was at the top of Australia's Trotting Stallion charts 9 times. Through his extraordinary racing accomplishments and lasting impact as a sire, Majestic Sun now takes his place in Canada's Horse Racing Hall of Fame.
Majestic Sun. All right. In addition to the Crystal Award, the Horse Connections receive a custom stall plate signifying their status as an honored member of the Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame. That will also be presented this evening. Accepting for Majestic Sun is his trainer, Mark Stacey. Making the presentation is Jeff Porshak, the chair of the Standardbred Nomination Committee. I told Mark that he could put those items down while I interviewed him and he would not let them out of his grip. So
You don't get every opportunity for this.
that's true. That's right. Hold on tight. All right. So I have a couple of questions for you. So when you and your son select a Majestic Sun as a yearling, you certainly, I assume, you weren't expecting to come home with a future Canadian Horse of the Year. At what point during his development did he do something that made you think he was something truly special?
So he trained down like a nice horse, but it was probably after his first race where he made a break at Georgian Downs, but he recovered and really closed fast. And that's when I said, this horse is probably a little better than average. And from there, every race he just got better and better until he got to where he was.
All right. Excellent answer. Majestic Sun faced the reigning U.S. Triple Crown champion Glidemaster several times in 2006 and defeated him in the Good Times Canadian Trotting Classic and the Breeders' Crown. When you look back, which of those victories best captures what made Majestic Sun such a remarkable competitor?
You know, he was just awesome in all them races. And you know, out of I think the 9 or 10 hole in the Trotting Classic, he just dominated that race. But probably his greatest race was the Breeders' Crown at the end of the year, where he just was probably a little sorish, but just he showed his true colors and his heart. And he was challenged many times in that race, and he just fought Glidemaster off, and we were the winner.
I can see the pride in your eyes. It's so lovely. Finally, Mark, his racing career ended sooner than anyone hoped, but his influence obviously has continued through his offspring in North America, Australia, and New Zealand. As the person who knew him before the trophies, before the records, and the international success, what qualities do you believe Majestic Sun has passed along to the next generation?
Well, he was a very intelligent horse. He was a well-made horse. And, you know, as I said, he raced with a lot of heart and desire. And I think he threw the speed into his foals and the gait and yeah, a lot of the traits made them special as well.
All right. Well, congratulations to you and your family and to Majestic Sun.
Thank you.
All right. Congratulations.
half the fun. Let's go to our next inductee, thoroughbred inductee. Half the fun of owning any unraced horse is just wondering how much talent that horse possesses. And the other half is, well, how far up the ladder may this horse go? So what makes our next inductee so very special is how he kept raising the bar, and in so doing, endeared himself to racing fans not just near, but really quite far. The Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame is proud to induct thoroughbred Rahi's Attorney.
Rahi's Attorney took his owners Joe and Ellen McClellan, Mitch Peters, Dean Reed, and Joe's parents on a magical ride for 4 years, capturing the love and attention of Canadian racing fans through his remarkable career, both at home and on the road. Born in 2004, Rahi's Attorney, a son of Woodbine Stakes star Crown Attorney, was trained by Ian Black. Soon after breaking his maiden, he found his footing on the grass, and his career took off.
Rahi's Attorney is going to win his third in a row and his first stakes victory in the Vice Regent.
At 4, Rahi's Attorney graduated in graded stakes company, winning the Connaught Cup at Woodbine.
Rahi's Attorney has won the Connaught Cup.
Trainer Black watched Rahi's Attorney improve with each start and thought he deserved a chance in the $1 million Woodbine Mile on his home turf. Meeting that year's top turf miler Kip DeVille and Grade 1 winning filly Ventura, Rahi's Attorney, under jockey Slade Callahan, made an early move to the lead and held off a charging Ventura at 12-1 odds to become just the 4th Canadian bred winner of the mile since it moved to the turf.
Rahi's Attorney, a shocking winner of the Woodbine Mile. Can you believe that? Slade Callahan, Ian Black, Rahi's Attorney, 12-1.
He was voted Canada's champion grass male of 2008. Rahi's Attorney raced in the US and Japan before he was retired with $2 million in earnings from 14 wins in 41 races. Rahi's Attorney lives the life of a champion at Long Run Thoroughbred Retirement Society in Hillsburg, where he continues to greet fans to this day.
Accepting Rahi's Attorney's award and stall plate is owner Joe McClellan, making the presentation trainer Ian Black. So, congratulations and pleasure to have Ellen as well, his wife. Joe, I wanted to ask a couple of questions of you regarding the very early days. Think back to when you started with Rahi's Attorney and the claiming tag and what you had in mind of where this horse may be able to go.
At that time, we were just hoping to be competitive at Woodbine. That race, the 32,000 claimer, he came out of the gate really, really fast, way ahead of the whole field. And we thought, wow, there's something. My wife knew at the time that he is really something. For me, it was the Connaught Cup as a 4-year-old. He had a really good 3-year-old year, all restricted. He went through his conditions and the restricted stake races. But in the 4-year-old year, we tried to test him as with an open company, and he blew us all away. And then he went on to the Woodbine Mile, and the rest is history.
You know, when I ask people about Rahi's attorney, I wasn't here in Canada at the time, but the reaction from every single person I have asked is one of tremendous emotion. They remember this horse so fondly, and obviously you do as well, of what you've just experienced and shared with us. Tonight, you're recognized in the Hall of Fame for Rahi's attorney. What tells us what makes a horse so memorable like Rahi's attorney? What do you think was why he was so popular?
Firstly, I think his consistency. He showed up every single race. He had 41 starts, and then he was 28 in the money 28 times. He was very consistent, and he's also a homebred. Ontario sired, friend of ours is his stallion, Ontario bred, and he was just a local hero.
And if you had to say one magical moment, the most memorable moment with him?
We had a bunch of memorable moments. We were in Louisville, Kentucky for the Breeders' Cup, on the road towards the track, and crowded, lots of people on the sidewalk, lots of traffic. Somebody drives by, lowers the window, and yells out, "Rahi's attorney!" We were blown away. There's another little quick story I have. I was a consultant. I was an employee at the Treasury Board, and I hired a consultant to do some job descriptions for me. And he walked us out the second or third day he was working, and he asked me if I had any other pastimes and I said, well, we have a small breeding farm, and we have racehorses, thoroughbred racehorses. He said, really? He said, my son and I are really big fans of Woodbine, and we do a lot of betting. Do you have any horses that I might know? And I said, well, we have Rahi's attorney. You own Rahi's attorney? It just blew us away. You just never know the impact that he's had all over.
Beautiful stories, and we love hearing them. Thank you for sharing such precious and cherished moments. And Ellen, thank you for being here tonight. I know the memories are great.
Oh, they've been wonderful. Yeah, no, he's just keeps amazing us, and it's an honor to be inducted, and we're just very proud of him.
Congrats to all of you, Annie, and congratulations, Rahi's attorney. Thank you.
All right, continuing with our inductions. Our next inductee, from a teenage groom at Sudbury Downs to one of the most respected reinsmen on Canada's premier racing circuit, our next inductee built his career one opportunity and 1 mile at a time. For more than 4 decades, his skill, consistency, and quiet professionalism earned the confidence of horse people across North America. He drove 5,388 winners and horses to earnings of more than $102 million, while partnering with champions including Elamoni, Sir Luck, Pleasure Chest, and Nuclear Flash. Through it all, he remained the same grounded horseman who never took success or the horses and the people behind it for granted. The Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame is proud to induct Mike Saftik.
But here it is for Saftik, win number 5,000, as Magic Shelley will get him there. Magic number 5,000 for Saftik as he clicks with Magic Shelley.
With more than 5,300 career wins and over $102 million in purse earnings, Mike Saftik has earned his place among Canada's elite standardbred drivers. Originally from Sudbury, Ontario, Saftik moved south in 1985 to compete on the highly competitive Ontario Jockey Club circuit. His first major breakthrough came in 1989, while working with trainer Garth Gordon and driving the tough free-for-all pacer Soft Light. That partnership took him across North America and delivered major victories, including the Monctonian Pace and Saftik's first win at the famed Meadowlands. That same year marked the beginning of an extraordinary run. 29 consecutive seasons driving horses to more than $1 million in purse earnings, including 23 straight years surpassing $2 million. Those numbers reflect not only remarkable talent, but also decades of hard work, professionalism, and consistency in the race bike. Throughout his career, Saftik guided some of the sport's top performers to victory, including Canadian Hall of Famer and Breeders' Crown champion Alimony.
It's Alimony and Mike Saftik after it all.
Metro Pace champion Sir Luck.
But it's Sir Luck striking a mighty blow for the Ontario Breds.
Gold Cup and Saucer winner Nuclear Flash and Battle of Waterloo champion Groovy Day. In total, Saftik has won more than 100 stakes races worth over $100,000 and was the primary driver behind 12 millionaire horses. Over a 40-year span, Mike Saftik has built a career as one of the country's most sought-after and respected drivers, earning himself a coveted spot in Canada's Horse Racing Hall of Fame.
We welcome Mike Saftik to the stage, and making the presentation to Mike tonight is his longtime friend, Garth Gordon.
Like just talk in the car. Tell me when to start. Anytime? All right, here we go. When I was a teenager, dreaming of driving racehorses and being a top driver, and when driving in all the big ones, I never dreamt of being inducted into the Canadian Hall of Fame. I am humbled, and it's an honor. Thank you. When you have time to look back at your career, you realize how much support and help you had along the way. I had a 4-decade journey, and I got a lot of people to thank. A lot of people helped. I got a bunch of family and friends that come from Sudbury. My brother John, my sister Patricia brought Mama Saftik up. She watched me race so much on HPI, she sometimes told me how to drive them. I got my boys here, Justin and Cody, with their wives, Alex and Christina. I never really realized how much you gave up. I'd leave the house at 5, blow the breathalyzer at 6, and get home at midnight. But they give me 5 grandkids in 4 years. So now I can lay on the floor, play with them, put them in the bathtub, watch a movie with some popcorn. Thank you for that, boys. Then there's my one and only wife. Keyword only. She was there for my first qualifying drive at Sudbury Downs. And she was there 2 weeks ago in the Legend Trot at Clinton. You're stuck with me now, girl. Then there was Garth Gord. He showed me what big league racing was all about. And then he gave me a shot at going out there and strutting my stuff. I thank you, Garth. I'd like to give a shout out to the hall. I got to know them the last few months, and there's lots of work, lots of detail. You did a good job. Thanks. And I'd like to give a shout out to the company I raced under for over 40 years. They've changed their name a few times over the years. But I liked the Ontario Jockey Club, the OJC. Thanks for letting me race under your banner, guys. If you made it to the Jockey Club, you made it. Thanks.
All right. That's wonderful. It's time for our next inductee. No single race day and no single win photo is complete without the magic touch of Woodbine's long-serving track photographer. His shots happen so quickly and so seamlessly, it would be easy to take him for granted. But we don't. His depth of talent has graced many other sports, and we are truly grateful that his award-winning images have kept racing center stage. The Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame is proud to welcome communicator inductee Michael Burns Jr.
Michael Burns Jr. remembers that pivotal moment years ago when his father took him to the top of the stretch at Woodbine Racetrack. The senior Burns, who was the track photographer for Greenwood, Old Woodbine, the New Woodbine, and Fort Erie, had taught his son the skills to take the finish line images and winner's circle photos.
Swallow the trophy. Gotta go there, guys.
In his newfound spot on the turn for home, Mike was in awe of the action he was capturing on his camera. It is no surprise then that Mike will join his father as a member of the Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame. Beyond race days, there have been many early morning pictures of stakes horses used to publicize the biggest race events. Mike's special touch of capturing the beauty and power of the thoroughbred has put his images on the covers of magazines and newspapers, including Sports Illustrated, Thoroughbred Record, Blood Horse, Canadian Thoroughbred, the Toronto Star, Toronto Sun, and Globe and Mail. He has won a record 9 Sovereign Awards for his work, an O'Brien Award from Standardbred Canada, and 3 Dan Patch Awards. When he's not photographing horses, Mike is well known for his work in curling, golf, IndyCar racing, and the CFL. As official photographer of Curling Canada, he has covered curling in 4 Winter Olympic Games, 16 Canadian Olympic trials, and over 200 men and women's Canadian and World Championships. Mike was recognized for his outstanding work in curling with the TSN Paul McLean Award. And in 2022, Michael Burns Jr. was honored by his community through his induction into the Etobicoke Sports Hall of Fame, where he proudly joined his father as an esteemed member.
Making the presentation are Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame communicator inductee Jim Bannon and Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame builder inductee Glenn Secura.
Thank you very, very much. I'll try to make this very, very brief. And I've worked it out to, I think, 1 minute per page. If Jim Lawson, Mike Copeland, or Sue Leslie are here, I want them all to know that, and Bill O'Donnell, I had the best job on the whole racetrack by far. Thank you ever so much for this recognition. To follow in my father's footsteps into 2 Hall of Fames, you can say I couldn't really square it up or wrap my head around this honor. It's somewhat of a daunting challenge. But who else would follow a photographer who's got Bill Barocco's last goal? So it's pretty tough, if you know what I mean. First of all, let me congratulate Bill Ford and Linda Rainey for a wonderful evening and all the challenges that they come up with that nobody knows about to put this evening on. So thank you, Bill and Linda. Thank you very much. Congratulations to all the other inductees. I'm so proud to have my picture taken with you today. And that's a pretty special honor on my behalf. So thank you very much for letting me kind of photobomb it. And just remember, you're here with your family and your friends tonight. And it's probably that their sacrifices to help us pursue our passion is why they're here tonight, because they really helped us along. So thank you to all your friends and your supporters and your loved ones who are here. I just think we didn't know any better, to tell you the real truth. It was never lost on me that I ever got a chance to make a living in the world of sports and living in the world of photography, and specifically in the world of horse racing. And I never ever took the day for granted at any time, and it was never ever again lost on me that I was able to work at the highest level and try to maintain my father's legacy and the teachings that he gave me and my sister Patricia, my business partner and my right-hand person. And I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for her as well. So she deserves the Purple Heart more than me, believe me. Part 2 of my job really was to try to make Woodbine the envy of all racetrack photography when it came to action photography. And I would like to thank Woodbine for 67 years of a relationship, which goes back an awful long way. And all we try to do is make them be the best envy of the world anywhere when it came to photography. It's such an honor to be associated with a first-class organization. And as Mike Saftik just said, the Ontario Jockey Club, Woodbine Entertainment. So thank you so very much. It's truly a great honor and a privilege to try to record history on their behalf. And I hope in 100 years from now that people do take a look at all the photography and say, you know what? They kind of got it. They kind of understood it, I'd specifically like to thank the people that I worked with in the communications department. And that's important to me because the media department is a very small department at Woodbine and Mohawk. So I'd like to really recognize Bruce Walker, Bruce Murray, John Siskos, Mark McKelvey, and currently Jamie Dykstra and Glenn Crowder. And it was those guys that I worked hand in hand with that it was just always a lot of fun to work with these guys, and they were so talented at what they did. I had a chance to do a lot of other sports, work with a lot of other communications directors, and I can honestly say the guys at Woodbine are some of the best I've ever worked with in my life. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. I really had one goal, and that was to promote Canadian thoroughbred horse racing and standardbred racing and open up as many avenues as I could to the wire services, the newspapers, and build much of a foundation to promote our game. And I hope I made somewhat of a significant contribution, and that's what I hope I'm being judged on later in life. I'd like to say also at this time, I'd like to thank all the photo editors, all the people sitting on the desk at nighttime that took our photographs and try to get as much use as possible, again, to promote racing. That's what it always was about for me. Again, let me just say a couple more quick thank yous. I couldn't stand here and do my job without all the help of all the trainers, the assistant trainers, the caretakers, the grooms, the hot walkers. It would be impossible for me to do my job without having a good relationship with each and every one of them. So thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. I'm going to change lanes for 1 second and say how proud I am to be part of a second generation family. And I follow in the footsteps of, say, the McKelveys, the Securas, the Bells, the LeBlancs, the Waples, McNairs, the Jamesons. And I'm sure I missed a whole bunch of other people that with the second generation, we're talking about 100 years of racetrack experience and wealth of information that they're able to tap into our families. So to make Canadian racing as good as it is. So, you know, it's a great honor and a privilege. Last but not least, I've got a table of family sitting right over there. And I've got some friends over there. And I've got my sister who's my business partner. And like I said, she deserves the Purple Heart. And my girlfriend, who was never involved in racing, understood from the get-go if I didn't come home for 8, 10, 12, 14 hours because I was going from one racetrack to another and never said peep. So thank you so very much. And I appreciate that. And there's a table right in behind them. And if I ever casted a movie, The Dirty Dozen with Lee Marvin, I think I've got about 12 of them sitting right there. So thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. One last thing. Horse racing has given me the greatest life I could have ever asked for, and then some. Thank you.
I'll tell you what, that is a Hall of Fame cologne you're wearing, Michael Burns, because you have left a remarkable scent right here on the stage. So thank you for that. All right, our next recipient for this evening, her name promised a performance, and throughout her remarkable career, she delivered. Our next inductee was a dazzling competitor from the beginning, winning 31 of 50 starts and earning more than $2.4 million. Her speed, consistency, and determination placed her among the finest pacing mares of her generation. Yet her legacy did not end at the racetrack. As a broodmare, she produced two of the sport's brightest stars, Meadowlands Pace winner Best in Show, and It's My Show, winner of both the Pepsi North America Cup and the Little Brown Jug. She's a champion who continues to shape the breed. The Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame is proud to induct Put on a Show.
Put on a Show developed into one of the most accomplished, resilient, and influential mares in harness racing history, with a career defined by excellence and perseverance on the racetrack and a lasting impact in the breeding shed. During her outstanding racing career, she earned more than $2.4 million and won 31 of her 50 races for owners Craig Henderson, Richard Young, and Joanne Young. Trained by Chris Ryder, the daughter of Rock and Roll Hanover was very successful on Canadian soil in a rookie season, scoring 13 victories in 21 races including wins in the Eternal Damnation and a sweep of the elimination and final of the prestigious She's a Great Lady Stakes.
Put in a show on the outside, a huge rally from Fancy Philly from the backfield, fighting honest higher and higher, put on a show, a neck the best in the She's a Great Lady final.
As a sophomore, she excelled, winning 12 of 16 races and finishing her year as the leading money-winning pacing filly with just over 1.1 million. She added victories in major stakes events including the Breeders' Crown, Valley Forge, Simcoe Stakes, and the New Jersey Sire Stakes Championship to her resume.
Surge, put on a show, naughty till the end. These two hit the line together.
Her exceptional sophomore campaign earned her a Dan Patch Award as the top 3-year-old pacing filly in North America. After missing her entire 4-year-old season due to injury, Put on a Show returned in spectacular fashion. At age 6, she captured the Lady Liberty in a world record 147-3 performance, becoming the fastest mare in harness racing history at that time.
Up the rail, put on a show on the inside. Jody Jameson, put on a show, indeed.
Her impact continued in the breeding shed. As a broodmare, Put on a Show has produced offspring earning more than $2.7 million, including Meadowlands Pace winner Best in Show and world champion It's My Show, winner of both the North America Cup and Little Brown Jug.
It's my show on the outside. 7 colors. It's my show.
In 2025, Put on a Show was inducted into the U.S. Harness Racing Hall of Fame, and in 2026, she takes her place in the Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame, fitting honors for a mare whose excellence continues to influence the sport both on and off the track.
And making the presentation this evening to her owner during her race career, Richard Young, is current owner Steve Stewart. All right, and we'll get a few questions and answers here with Richard. I'm going to come over to this side of you, Richard. Here we go.
And I'm the horse.
All right.
Okay.
All right, ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So before Put on a Show ever raced, you tried to sell her for less than half her yearling price. Do you remember this?
Well, of course, I tried to get rid of the horse. So
Right.
it's hard to take a whole lot of credit when you didn't even want the horse, but
it all worked out in the end,
nobody
right?
wanted her.
So it all worked out in the end. When did you realize? We all have those moments in our life, don't we? When we just darted around catastrophe. When did that moment of realization come for you?
Well, Chris Ryder didn't want me to sell the horse, and I had had such bad luck for such a long time that as much as he could tell me what to do, if I want to sell the horse, I'm going to sell it. But nobody wanted her. So about a month later, when I was unsuccessful in selling the horse, we found out she had EPM. And they started treating her for it, and she responded in a way that was special. And kind of knew she was good even before she raced. Yeah.
Well, this is very special too, huh? Yes. Okay. We'll steer away. We'll steer to. Okay. So after this is bleak too. After serious knee surgery and 15 months away from racing, she returned to become the fastest female pacer in history. What did her record-setting 147-3 mile in the Lady Liberty reveal to you then about her courage and her competitive spirit?
What's interesting about that is I wasn't even there.
No? Did you watch it? You watched it on.
I watched it. I happened to be ill that day, but as it turns out, you don't expect to come back after 15 months, have 3 pins in your leg, and then break the world record. Super special.
Were you ecstatic? Were you stunned?
I'm not supposed to have brought her back. I mean, owners don't do that. I mean, you know, realistically speaking, she has 3 pins in her leg. She has virtual no chance of coming back, and I'm racing the damn thing. And she ends up being the best horse on the planet. So
she proves you wrong at every turn, basically. She proves you wrong at every turn.
Hard to take credit.
Okay. All right, and one more, Richard. So she changed the course of your life, obviously, in racing, and then extended her legacy through champions such as Best in Show and It's My Show. Of everything she gave you, and it appears she gave you a lot, both on the racetrack and through her offspring, what has meant the most personally?
Well, theoretically, I thought I was going to get out of the business when I got put on a show. She kept me in it. And I went from a big loser to a winner because after that, I started winning with other horses. Right. And so she made me proud to stay in it.
That's great. That's an excellent answer. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Put on a show, Richard Young. Thanks, folks.
Our next inductee, as we reflect on the industry, and it is definitely true that the breeding industry is the backbone to horse racing. Without the breeding industry, there's no industry. So our next inductee has been fully invested in providing stallions and broodmares to Ontario racing for several decades. And as the owner of Colebrook Farms, their progeny has in turn brought him many memorable moments. I love calling his horses and the colors stand out. The Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame is proud to induct thoroughbred builder John Brenges.
From racing and breeding to standing stallions and offering a full facility training center for Ontario horse people, John Brenges has been a major part of most aspects of Canadian thoroughbred racing. His passion for racing and breeding is deep, and as a sole owner, he has won over 700 races from 6,000 starts. Brenges's Colebrook Farms, a 300-acre spread in Uxbridge, Ontario, has been home to leading stallions in the province and plenty of stakes winners. He purchased the first part of the farm in the early 1990s, and over the next 10 years built a training center, stallion station, and broodmare barn, managed by his longtime employee, Gail Bosher. Brenges, owner of ATL, a leading auto parts manufacturer in North America, raced Grade 1 winner Johnny Bear along with Danny Dion of Bear Stables.
Johnny Bear has done it again!
The son of English Channel, a $325,000 CTHS Ontario purchase, was trained by Brenges's daughter Ashley, and he won 2 editions of the Grade 1 Northern Dancer Stakes in 2017 and 2018, before he was retired with earnings over $720,000.
And takes the shortcut to victory, the Halton Stakes to Johnny Bear.
In 2022, Brenges bought a Kentucky-bred yearling filly at Keeneland through friend Richard Hogan for $115,000. Christened her Simply in Front.
Simply in Front goes away, and Simply in Front is in front.
Over the next 3 years, Simply in Front was one of the best turf females in North America, winning the Grade 1 First Lady Stakes at Keeneland, among other notable races. She earned over $2.8 million and then was sold as a broodmare for $2 million.
Simply in front, indeed.
As one of the major influencers in the Canadian thoroughbred industry, Branges has been a strong voice for all breeders in Ontario and Canada.
Making the presentation to John Branges are his grandchildren, Jordan and Jade.
Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate this. First of all, I want to thank all the people that voted for me and the people that put my name in for this great honor. I want to thank all of my associates, really, that have been with me, that made all this possible. For a kid growing up during the wartime in Croatia, to end up here, it's really an honor, which I never expected, obviously. And to be involved in this industry with horses, it's been a lifetime of pleasure. They told me I was going to have to make a speech, so I thought about who am I going to call about helping me with this. And I heard some guy down in the US that tells everybody he can talk for 2 hours and everybody listens to him, they won't go home. So I called this speechwriter and I said, hey, I need a little bit of help. Can you help me? And he said, well, secretary said, sorry, he's too busy making up stories about Canada, lies that he's going to tell. So that didn't work out. I said, well, the next best thing to do is maybe call his guy that works his magic board. And he said, well, I'd like try to help you out, but there's a trumped up charges from me for doing some betting on illegally, so I can't help you either. So here am I with no speech. So the memories have been a lot. I can't tell you how many. I always wanted to be a hands-on, and many years have gone by, over 50 now since I've been involved in the sport. Love the industry, love the horses. I think it made my life really a lot better. Maybe not my family. I enjoy the fact my
daughter, who unfortunately passed away, was a trainer for me for many years after Mr. Passero gave up the industry and retired. And the highlights of it obviously was the Grade 1 wins in Canada and US and Florida. We ran all over US, and it's been a pleasure. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully we'll have more young people get involved in the industry, which we really need badly. Thank you.
Pretty good speech.
The legend category of the Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame was initially created as a Millennium Project in the year 2000 and was designed to recognize the trailblazers and earliest pioneers of our sport. This year, we are honoring two important individuals. The first person we're recognizing is Dr. Henry Riddle. Long before modern racetracks and million-dollar purses, one remarkable horseman helped establish harness racing as a proud community tradition in Ontario. Known as the Dean of Ontario Harness Racing, he devoted his life to the sport as a veterinarian, breeder, owner, trainer, and driver. During the 1920s and 30s, he built a nationally renowned standardbred stable in Orangeville, with the horses he bred proudly carrying the Riddle name on their registration papers. In 1934, he accomplished something no one had ever done before. With his 3-year-old trotting filly, Rita R., he became the first person ever to breed, own, train, and drive a futurity winner. Rita R. captured her division of the annual classic at Toronto's Exhibition Grounds, trotting the mile in 2 minutes, 16 and a half seconds. In 1934 for a purse of $3,000. His influence extended well beyond his own stable. For many years, he organized a major July 1st race day in Orangeville, attracting leading talent from the surrounding area and beyond. So committed was he to the horsemen who competed that he reportedly guaranteed the advertised purses himself should weather or poor attendance reduce the day's receipts. The beloved tradition continued even after his passing in 1943. His commitment to community was equally strong. After serving as an Orangeville councillor, he was elected mayor in 1910. A veterinarian, civic leader, pioneering horseman, and true builder of the sport, the Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame is very proud to induct standardbred legend William Henry Riddle. Please turn to the screen as we salute Dr. Riddle with a photo montage. We'd also like to thank the Dufferin County Museum and the Canadian National Exhibition Archives for providing these lovely images to help tell Dr. Riddle's stories. Making the plaque presentation is Standardbred Legend Committee Chair Daryl Kaplan, and accepting the Legends plaque on behalf of Dr. Riddle is Laura Camilleri from the Museum of Dufferin.
The second legend honoree to be inducted this evening is a woman from Western Canada who truly was a groundbreaker. Let's go back in time. During a time in North American history when women were not permitted to obtain a jockey license or ride in flat races alongside their male counterparts, Eva Ring was a trailblazer. She managed to overcome such obstacles. To be able to ride, some women would show up at the racetrack disguised as a male jockey. Ring's early photographs serve as a testament to her disguise. During the 1930s and 1940s, Ring also completed and competed as a female jockey throughout the prairies of Western Canada at venues where a jockey license was not required, such as bush tracks, county fairs, local recreational parks, and exhibition centers. Ring was well known to horse and racing fans, and because of her outstanding riding abilities, was covered as a favorite in the sports section of regional newspapers. Following the conclusion of her riding career, Mrs. Ring obtained her trainer's license. So she transitioned from being a rider to a trainer. From the Prairie Thoroughbred Breeders Racing Association, she got her trainer's license, making her among the first females to both ride and train winning racehorses in Western Canada. I would like to point out the billboard. And we are so grateful for this photo. We would like to thank her family for this timeless photo of Eva Ring at the back on the left. It's a black and white photo that is featured here tonight, and it was taken in 1931, and she was 21. Her incredible accomplishments, to her granddaughter, Susan Ring, thank you for being here. Her husband, Scott Appelt, who joins Susan, and her granddaughter, Kira Elder. I know they are filled with pride. They've traveled a long way to come here. Kira has come from Yakima, Washington State, and both Susan and Scott have come from Inverness, Florida, and we are so grateful for that. So they are going to present, with Jim Bannon, the memories. Let's call on Jim, Chair of the Thoroughbred Lynching Committee, to present to the representatives of Eva Ring.
Good evening, everybody. Although Eva isn't here to accept this recognition herself, we are deeply honored to accept it on her behalf. Eva's story is one of courage, determination, and resilience. During the Great Depression, after my great-grandfather was seriously injured, she stepped into the world that was largely excluded to women. She rode racehorses, often presenting herself as a man, not for recognition, but to provide for her family. She also broke and trained horses. While her accomplishments in racing were remarkable, what has always inspired our family most was her character. She was fearless, hardworking, and willing to challenge expectations when it meant caring for the people she loved. We also would like to recognize the family members and historians whose dedication to preserve Eva's story over the years. Because of their efforts and because of the Hall of Fame, future generations will know her remarkable legacy. Tonight, we celebrate not only a pioneering horsewoman, but an extraordinary woman whose strength and determination changed the course of her family's history. In many ways, this induction is history finally catching up with Eva Ring. Thank you.
And a big thanks to Susan and Kira. What beautiful words, what beautiful memories. As we continue with dinner service, let's take a break from this evening's inductions, just for a little bit of time. Just take a few minutes to enjoy the company of your guests next to you. And we'll be back after a little bit more food. Bon appetit.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric, baby, when I turn it on. Off to my city, off to my.
All right, folks, we are going to resume with our presentations in just a few moments. So if you can make your way to your seats, we will be resuming the inductions in just a few moments. All right, folks, 3 minutes to post, 3 minutes to post as we continue our inductions tonight. So you can make your way to your tables. I see you enjoying those cheesecakes. They look delicious. It's very nice for you that you get to enjoy those. All right, we'll get started here in just a moment.
All righty, here we go. You know what? A couple of drinks in me, you never know what's going to happen for the rest of the evening, but I'll have to say this. Hope you're enjoying a beautiful meal. Dessert, I know, is underway, but we are headed to our next category, and we will begin by recognizing a meritorious award recipient. The Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame Meritorious Award is presented to individuals with accomplishments that fall outside of the organization's established criteria for induction. The candidate must have demonstrated an extraordinary and sustained impact on the industry, with a legacy of transformative contributions that have measurably advanced Canadian horse racing and left an enduring mark on the sport. So tonight, as a founder of a quarter horse racing in Ontario, the late Ralph Pearson was integral in moving casual races at Greco Farm to Peacock Downs in Ajax, Ontario. He is credited with bringing pari-mutuel racing to Peacock Downs and the Markham Fair in the early 1970s, and was involved in organizing quarter horse race meets at Woodbine and other tracks. Pearson gave tirelessly of his time to many organizations in efforts to improve quarter horse racing in Ontario. He was among the executives responsible for starting the quarter horse stakes and futurity programs, and had 2 tenures as president of the Quarter Horse Racing Owners of Ontario in the 1970s and in the 1980s. At the time of his passing in 2025, at the age of 92, Mr. Pearson was still on the Quarter Horse Racing Owners of Ontario Incorporated board. So as an owner and trainer, he was responsible for numerous horses, including, most recently, top older horse, Country's Coming Back. That's right, Country's Coming Back. His devotion to the sport was recognized in 1989 when he was presented with the AQHA Register of Merit, and now will be recognized in 2026 by the Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame with a meritorious award. So let's turn to the screens to see some highlights from Ralph Pearson's life with racing and beyond. Accepting the award on behalf of Ralph Pearson are his daughters, Laurie Pearson, Diane Power, Lynn Kingsley, and Darlene Pearson. And to present is President Bill Ford.
Thank you. Good evening. I'm Trisha, Ralph's granddaughter, and I'm also the firstborn grandchild, so naturally the one that's up here. As you've just heard about everything Ralph accomplished throughout his remarkable career in quarter horse racing, I'd like to spend a couple of minutes telling you about the man who made those accomplishments possible. In the horse racing world, he was a pioneer, a leader, and a Hall of Famer. But to us, he was simply Dad and Papa. A man of incredible spirit, Ralph lived life entirely on his own terms. He did things his way with his unmistakable wit, charm, and wonderful Scottish accent. He had a way of making everyone around him smile. If there is one thing everyone knew about Ralph, it was how fiercely he loved his family. You couldn't spend 5 minutes with him without hearing about one of his children, grandchildren, or even great-grandchildren. He simply couldn't stop talking about us. He celebrated every accomplishment, no matter how big or small, and somehow made each of us feel like we were his favorite. He loved being surrounded by family and friends, usually with a Ryan Coke in his hand, telling stories and making people laugh. He also had a mischievous side, and one of my favorite memories happened when he was 90 years old. Yes, 90. We were celebrating a housewarming for one of his grandsons who's here with us tonight, when someone jokingly suggested doing a keg stand. Most 90-year-olds would have laughed and watched from the sidelines, but not my papa. He had never done one before, but he sure wasn't about to let being 90 stop him from trying. And that was him. There was never an excuse not to live life and do your best. As the horse girl in the family, one of the greatest things my papa shared with me was his love of horses. Watching him with his horses was a gift because they weren't simply racehorses to him, they were his babies. He always seemed to have a pocket full of restaurant mints, and those horses knew exactly what that little wrapper sounded like. He'd hold out a mint and give them a rub and say in that unmistakable Scottish accent, "Give your daddy a wee kiss." And every single time they did. He taught us that every life mattered, be it a horse, a little jazzy goat, or one of the many stray animals that my mom and aunts brought home over the years. Every animal deserved kindness, respect, and the best life that we could give them. He taught us that family comes first, that hard work matters, that excuses don't accomplish much, but showing up for the people and things you love always will. If my papa were standing here tonight, he'd probably be wondering what all of the fuss was about. He'd tell you he was just being himself. And the truth is, everything you've heard tonight about Ralph's contributions to quarter horse racing is absolutely true. He helped build this sport in Ontario. He fought for it, he believed in it, and he gave decades of his life to it. And this Hall of Fame meritorious award is a fitting recognition of that extraordinary legacy. But for our family, his greatest legacy isn't found in the trophies or accomplishments. It's found in the people he loved, the lessons he taught us, and the memories that he's left behind. Because when everything else is gone, when the races are over, when the trophies have collected dust, and when the names in the history books become just names, what remains is how you made people feel. And Ralph made us feel proud. So on behalf of our entire family, thank you to the Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame for ensuring that his contributions to this sport will never be forgotten.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much for those lovely words. Our next inductee was known for bringing out the best in runners that would sneak under the radar. As a rider, he had a knack for the big occasion and highly respected both in and out the saddle. The Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame is proud to welcome jockey, the forever youthful, Richard Dos Ramos. Dos Ramos.
He might be remembered most for two of the most memorable long shot wins by Canadian-bred horses in Grade 1 races at Woodbine, but more than that, Richard Dos Ramos is a gentleman. who had a long and successful career in the saddle. He won awards, riding titles, and 2,100 races, as well as numerous stakes races. Born in Port of Spain, Trinidad, Dos Ramos came to Canada with his mother as a young boy, and he discovered horse racing on television. He soon pursued work at Woodbine Racetrack in the Barns and learned how to ride. He was a fast learner, earning awards as Canada's Outstanding Apprentice in his first 2 years of being a jockey. In 1992, he picked up Benburb in the Molson Million Export for Steve Stavros's Nob Hill Stables. Among those in the field was that year's Belmont Stakes winner, AP Indy, but in the final yards of the stretch run, it was Benburb who was trained by Phil England and Doss, who muscled their way to victory at 32-1.
An upset for the ages! Benburb wins the Molson Export Million!
7 years later, the Nob Hill, Phil England, and Richard Dos Ramos team came together again, this time with Thornfield for the $1.5 million Rothmans International. A ground-saving journey throughout the 1.5 miles on the E.P. Taylor turf course resulted in an 18-1 upset win by Thornfield.
It is Canada's Thornfield, a sensational win here. Thornfield, the upset winner in the Canadian International.
In 2002, Richard played a role in the development of the Great Wando, riding him to victory in the Vandal Stakes as a 2-year-old. That same year, he was presented with the Avelino Gomez Award. On the same day, he rode Mel Lawson's Ginger Gold to a Woodbine Oaks victory.
Ginger Gold, an outstanding performance to win the Labatt Woodbine Oaks.
So joining Richard Dos Ramos to present his Hall of Fame ring is 1997 Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame jockey inductee Robin Platts and former fellow rider and current Woodbine Assistant Clerk of Scales Dino Luciani.
I just want to thank the Hall of Fame committee for voting me into the Hall of Fame. I would like to thank all of the owners and opportunity of riding such great horses. And I also would like to thank the trainers that put me on these great horses. And one of my dear friends are here tonight, Roger Atfield, that probably that helped me very much to get to where I am today. I'd also like to thank, I only had 4 agents in my 32-year career: Roger Pointer, Alec Wick, Lawrence Spearman, and Ron Burke, for their dedication and their hard work for me. I just want to thank my table, my sisters and their husbands, Nicole and Lauren Spearman, and Nicole and Lauren, and Tracy and Blair, and my cousin, but he's like my brother to me, Mark and Kathy. And I want to expend my extended family, because Robin Platts was my idol when I was growing up, and he taught me more than anybody else. And my dear friend Dino Luciani, we became friends when he walked into the jock's room as an apprentice, and we just clicked. And I also would like to thank And I also want to thank my 2 lovely daughters, Stephanie and Melanie, And I just want to also thank the person that I think that if I wasn't here, that she did more for me in my career was Linda Dos Ramos. She let me enjoy my career, my dreams, and she never, believe me, she never made a fuss about anything, and she just enjoyed my career. I lost my parents this year, both of them, and I know that they're looking down on me right now with a smile on their face. And I just want to say, and to my mentors, Johnny Mac, that taught me about riding and this business. And I just want to say thank you again for everything.
Not only did our next inductee grow up around thoroughbreds, but from a very young age, he was bitten by the horse racing bug. And this would prove to be a tremendous foundation. It led to an illustrious career as a trainer, and a career that would establish him as a major force in Canadian horse racing. The Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame is proud to induct thoroughbred trainer, the late Dale Saunders.
In Alberta, they affectionately called him the Colonel, but it would not be far off to call the late Dale Saunders one of the kings of thoroughbred training in Canada. In particular, his home province of Alberta, the list of his accomplishments is extensive. Through more than half a century of training horses, Dale etched his name among an elite group of horsemen from Canada, saddling 2,177 winners, which put him 6th on the list of all-time leading trainers from this country. 8 times, Dale won the Alberta Trainers title, and his horses collected more than $17 million in earnings.
Dark Hours just shifted into the big gear. Dark Hours, she's the queen by 3.
Dale fell in love with the racetrack in the early 1960s. His father, Roy, raised cattle and had thoroughbreds. Roy's cousin, Les Saunders, bred Whistling Sea, the first Western Canadian bred horse to win the Queen's Plate, doing so in 1965 in front of the Queen Mother.
And as they come down the wire, Whistling Sea wins the historic Queen's Plate.
Dale began training in 1969, developing a reputation as a horseman with a keen eye for a young horse. His best horse was Dark Hours, a Dynaformer filly he purchased for just $2,000. Co-owned by his wife Barb and William Chapman, Dark Hours won 15 races, 11 of them stakes, and earned over $408,000.
Dark Hours under left-handed urging. Stairway will not be shook off, but she is beat. Dark Hours.
The list of top-class horses trained by Dale is a long one. Names such as Mandalero, Highland Leader, and Shady Remark.
And Shady Remark goes on his course.
In early 2023, Dale was presented with the E.P. Taylor Award of Merit by the Jockey Club of Canada, joining some of Canadian racing's royalty. He passed away at the age of 82 in September 2024. Today, we honor the Colonel, Dale Saunders, and his remarkable contributions to Canadian thoroughbred racing.
Coming to the stage to represent Dale Saunders is his wife Barb and daughter Nikki, and they are joining us from Alberta here tonight.
Tonight is such a special honor for our family. While we wish my dad could be here himself to accept this honor, it means so much to celebrate the life he lived and the legacy that he leaves behind. My dad dedicated more than 60 years of his life to horse racing with incredible passion, humility, and hard work. He never sought recognition. He simply loved the sport, the horses, and the people in it. Racing wasn't just what he did, it was where he felt most at home. To see him inducted into the Hall of Fame is deeply meaningful, and I know he would have been incredibly honored to be recognized alongside so many respected names in racing. In his last days, he told me that he didn't know who he was anymore, but that he hoped I could carry on. I've thought about those words many times since losing him. At first, I wasn't entirely sure what he meant, but I think moments like tonight are part of carrying him forward, honoring the life he built, the passion that he had for racing, and the legacy that he leaves behind. I hope tonight would make him feel that I carried on. And none of this would have been possible without my mom. She stood beside him through every high and every low, especially during his final battle with cancer. Together, they built an incredible life, and I know how proud he was of the family that they created. We miss him tremendously, and we are so grateful to everyone who helped make this moment possible. I only wish he could have been here to experience this moment himself, even though he probably would have just as quick turned the conversation right back to the horses. On behalf of my mom and I, thank you for honoring his legacy tonight.
The strength of Canadian harness racing has always depended on people willing to serve, not for recognition, but because they believe deeply in the future of the sport. For more than 35 years, our next inductee has been one of those people. A respected veterinarian, breeder, and owner, he has also been a tireless advocate for Alberta racing at the provincial, national, and international levels. Whether contributing his expertise to boards and committees, representing horse people at industry meetings, or championing opportunities for Western Canadian racing, his thoughtful leadership has helped strengthen the sport from coast to coast. The Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame is proud to induct Dr. Maurice Mo Stewart.
For more than 3 decades, Dr. Maurice Stewart, a graduate of the Western College of Veterinary Medicine, has been a driving force behind the growth and unity of harness racing, not only in his home province of Alberta, but throughout Canada. The Leduc, Alberta resident was described by fellow Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame honored member, the late Keith Clark, as a tireless worker and relentless advocate for Canadian racing. In 1991, Dr. Stewart led negotiations to secure acceptance of the Canadian Stud Book, changing breeding practices across the country. An Alberta breeder director for the Canadian Standardbred Horse Society for over 30 years, Mo was also a director for Standardbred Canada, contributing to committee work in finance, strategic planning, governance, and breeding. Whether as president of the Canadian Standardbred Horse Society, when he encouraged the amalgamation of that organization with the Canadian Trotting Association to create what is now Standardbred Canada, or advocating for the Atlantic provinces to join Standardbred Canada in 2001, Dr. Stewart's leadership, collaboration, and vision leave a lasting impact on Canadian horse racing. In addition to his governance work, Dr. Stewart found success as a breeder, producing standout horses including Millionaire Wrangler Magic.
Joining Dr. Stewart on stage to present his Hall of Fame ring, our longtime friends Dr. John Hayes, Ted Smith, and Claude Levesque.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Is everybody having a good time? Yeah, I think the first thing we need to do is thank the Hall of Fame for providing such a wonderful evening for this. The next, I have to congratulate the fellow inductees. This is an extreme honor for us. Next, Dr. John Hayes, who did the initial submission, followed by support from Ted Smith and Claude Levesque. I thank them very much, gentlemen, wherever they are. Yeah. And then I have to thank the nominating and selection committees of the Hall of Fame for the work they did. We know that the majority of my work, I've been selected as a builder, has come from volunteerism. Time and energy devoted to the sport in regards to the transformation of the many things that occurred over a long time. We know that the need to recognize, to innovate, to adapt, to turn challenges into opportunities were all important. In today's world, it evolves so quickly that if you don't embrace change and develop those adaptabilities, you won't go very far. So in all of this, in today's words, it takes a village. So for that, there's many. First of all, I have to thank all the members from Alberta that supported me for years to represent them. Next, I have to thank all the board of directors, all the committee members, staff, assistants, that all worked diligently to make this process happen. As you can see, it took a village. I was just a small part of it. Denzel Washington quoted, "Do not aspire to make a living, but aspire to make a difference." The next thing I have to do is thank all the people involved in our small breeding racing operation. We've had a lot of joy and excitement with that. And then there's my family. My wife, Maureen, my son, David, his wife, Tammy, and family. I truly, truly thank them for the support and understanding they gave me throughout the years. I know I took a lot of time from them, but they allowed me to have my vision, my dedication, and my commitment to the transformations that occurred. Maureen has often said to me, "You have a passion for this. Go do it." So, to the 50th anniversary of the Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame, I thank you.
Our next inductee, well, there's nothing quite like a rose in full bloom. And when it comes to our inductee, not only was she hand-picked by her owners, but she was a budding star, the epitome of a racehorse, resplendent year in, year out. The Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame is proud to induct thoroughbred One for Rose.
The first race at Woodbine on Friday, October 4th, 2002 was not expected to be any kind of notable race in the history of Canadian racing. It was a maiden claiming event for fillies and mares. But a 3-year-old making her debut caught the sharp eye of owners Lou Tucci and his uncle Carlo. With their newly hired trainer Siditard, the Tuccis put in a claim slip for $40,000 for the big, rangy filly named One for Rose.
But One for Rose on the outside comes on picture time.
Bred by Glen Secura's Hillendale Farms, the daughter of Tejano Run won that debut race at 2-1, her first step on her way to a Hall of Fame career. One for Rose won her first stakes race, the Algoma, as a 4-year-old.
And it's One for Rose and Emil Ramsamy to win the Algoma.
And soon after took her first graded stakes win, the Grade 3 Maple Leaf Stakes.
One for Rose, too impressive this afternoon. Total domination here.
That was the first year that One for Rose was voted champion older mare at the Sovereign Awards.
And she's an exciting horse to own. She's a dream horse, and we're not about to let go of this fantasy. She'll be back next year.
She won that title twice more, in 2004 and 2005.
And the winner for champion older female for the 3rd year in a row, a horse with all kinds of guts, One for Rose.
And each season, One for Rose and her regular rider, Emil Ramsamy, won the Grade 3 Seagram Cup over older males and the Algoma 3 times during her career.
But One for Rose on the outside comes on picture time.
The windfall wasn't over yet for the Tuccis. At the 2006 Keeneland January Horses for All Ages sale, One for Rose brought $875,000 from Japanese owner Isami Nakamura. She went on to produce 2 group-winning fillies in Japan, extending her legacy on the track.
We do welcome to the stage Carlo and Lou Tucci, the owners of One for Rose during her race career. To make the award presentation is one of the best trainers on the grounds, really having a hot run, and we're so delighted to have him here tonight. One for Rose's trainer and Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame honored member, Siditard. Carlo, we just saw the video. You took a risk, and it was a very wise investment. And then it was just repeated success after success. What was the secret to that?
That's a good question. I think there was two things that was special about Rose. One is she was a really big filly. One might say too big, she won't make a racehorse. But she was extremely light on her feet and easy on herself, and she had a great stride. So the longer the race, the better she got. The second reason was Mr. Siddharth. You got a Hall of Famer who made sure she was in the best of shape, and she went into every race 100%.
Lou, I wanted to touch on the sale. It was an incredible amount. Were you surprised that firstly it was a Japanese investor who bought one for Rose, and then the price itself?
Yes and no. Yes, that it was Japanese interest. We figured she'd end up somewhere in the U.S. And, you know, at the time, the Japanese weren't really racing so much in North America. So that was a bit of a surprise. Not so much the price. I mean, we would have kept her if she sold for any, you know, amount less of money. We, you know, we didn't want to let her go, but we thought we could use that money to move on.
You've had some amazing horses. So where do you guys rate One for Rose in terms of graded stakes winners?
She was the force that was behind Tucci Stables. She gave us the funds that we needed to grow and achieve some of the success that we had later on in the years. So she's number one, without a doubt.
And any particular race for you, Lou, that stood out?
Well, when she beat the boys twice in the stake races, I mean, that, as Carlos said, she put us on the map. And with that money, we got horses like Just Rushing, River 7, and of course we won the plate in 2013. I mean, we won the Queen's Plate because of Rose.
Well, congratulations, and to Sid as well.
There are victories that define a season, and then there are accomplishments that remain unmatched for generations. In 1997, our next inductee swept the Cane Pace, the Little Brown Jug, and the Messenger Stakes to capture the U.S. Pacing Triple Crown. In doing so, he became the first and remains the only gelding to achieve that extraordinary feat. That historic campaign earned him Horse of the Year honors in Canada and recognition as the top pacer in the United States. For nearly 25 years, he welcomed admirers and inspired dreamers as a beloved resident of the Kentucky Horse Park's Hall of Champions. The Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame is very proud to induct Western Dreamer.
Western Dreamer, though, has drawn clear for La Chance.
Western Dreamer holds a truly unique place in harness racing history, not only for his accomplishments on the racetrack, but also for the lasting impact he made as an ambassador for the sport. Driven by Hall of Famer Mike LaChance, for owners Matthew, Patrick, and Daniel Daly, Western Dreamer's career credentials include 27 victories and earnings of $1.8 million. In 1997, he captured the Pacing Triple Crown by winning the Little Brown Jug, the Cane Pace, and the Messenger Stakes, becoming the first gelding ever to win the Triple Crown.
Western Dreamer, Mike LaChance, a Triple Crown winner. Western Dreamer!
That unforgettable season, Western Dreamer dominated racing across North America. He was named Horse of the Year in Canada and Pacer of the Year in the US, along with the Champion 3-Year-Old Pacing Colt title in both countries. The richest son of Western Hanover developed a reputation for his toughness, consistency, and determination against the very best horses of his generation. But Western Dreamer's story did not end with retirement. In 2001, he embarked on a second career. relocating to the Hall of Champions at the Kentucky Horse Park, where he introduced thousands of visitors to harness racing. He resided at the Kentucky Horse Park from July 2001 until his passing in March 2026, at the age of 32. Triple Crown winner, national champion, and a long-standing ambassador for harness racing, Western Dreamer's legacy will endure for generations to come.
Accepting Western Dreamers Stow Plate and Award are Dan, Pat, and Sean Daly. And presenting is Bill O'Donnell. And as we bring the Dalys on stage, I'd like to read you a message. This is a testament to Western Dreamers' extraordinary impacts at the Kentucky Horse Park. Two of the executives from the Kentucky Horse Park were hoping to be here tonight to make the presentation to the Dalys. They were unable to make it, so I'm reading a message from them during the presentation. So the message is from Lee Carter of the Kentucky Horse Park, and he says, "I'm extremely sorry that weather has prevented Rob and I from joining you and your family tonight, recognizing what an amazing athlete Western Dreamer was. His inclusion in the Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame is long overdue. We were very much looking forward to celebrating with you and remembering what a special horse he was. We still miss seeing Dreamer at the park. As Rob often stated, he was a true ambassador for the park and for standardbreds. Thank you for entrusting him to our care for so many years. We wish you all the best tonight and look forward to seeing pictures and videos of this special occasion." And again, that's from the folks at Kentucky Horse Park, where Western Dreamer was a very popular resident, inspiring folks for 25 years. So we're going to catch up with the Dalys here. Pat's all right. Oh, Pat. Looks like you get it all, Pat. All right. Okay. So in 1997, Western Dreamer became the first and remains the only gelding to capture the U.S. Pacing Triple Crown. So when you began that season, was the Triple Crown actually something you genuinely believed was within reach, or did the possibility only begin to feel real as the campaign unfolded?
Yeah, I think none of us would be truthful. We said our dream was to win the Triple Crown, but the year before we had a really, really good horse in Stout. So, we thought that Western Dreamer would be competitive, but I don't think until after we won the Cane Pace, and at that point we knew Western Dreamer could be the only standardbred horse in North America that could win the Triple Crown. So each race, the excitement increased, and we believed more and more, and he came through every time.
The excitement and the pressure, I would imagine, also.
Yeah, the pressure for sure. I think Matt and Dan would agree with me. Leading up to the Messenger, it was really intense for all of us in an exciting way. It was very special, and I just want to get in some word of thanks, obviously on our behalf, to the Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame for bestowing this wonderful honor on Dreamer, who deserves it so much. To Bill Robinson, Mike LaChance, everyone that supported him those years. To the Kentucky Horse Park, who took such great care of him for 25 years, and the tens of thousands of people that visited him. In a special way, really, on our behalf, we want to thank all associated with the standardbred racing industry. The people, the culture, the community enriched our lives and changed our lives for the good. So we do want to express that gratitude, but most especially our wives, Carol, Jean, and Joanne, who were there every step of the way, and our amazing children who grew up watching horse races, and especially Western Dreamer, but most especially our parents. Our parents owned horses, and their dream was to win the Confederation Cup, and they instilled in us a love of standardbred racing that really, really, really made our lives that much more memorable and special. They supported us, encouraged us, gave us the money to buy our first 3 horses. Mr. Arthur was one of those, so we're so happy he and the others are getting their recognition. But it's just been a great, great journey.
Thank you very much. Those are lovely words. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Western Dreamer.
Sorry,
I know.
All right, and now for our final inductee of the evening. Some horse people possess that rare ability to recognize greatness long before the rest of us can see it. Raised on an Ontario dairy farm, our next inductee built his career through patience, discipline, and an extraordinary eye for young talent. He traveled thousands of miles examining yearlings, searching not only for the right pedigree and conformation, but for that elusive quality that made a horse stand apart. That instinct led him to a $19,000 yearling named Camfella and helped transform an unheralded youngster into a 2-time Horse of the Year and one of the most influential standardbreds in history. A true developer of champions, the Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame is very proud to induct Doug Arthur.
Doug Arthur built his reputation in Canadian harness racing as one of the sport's premier developers of champions. He is best known for his association with Camfella, the legendary pacer he purchased as a yearling for just $19,000 and developed into a star.
Camfella has come back and he's going to win it. A sensational performance.
Camfella went on to earn Harness Horse of the Year honors in both 1982 and 1983. His impact extended far beyond the racetrack, as he became an outstanding sire and an influential foundation of the standardbred breed. Raised on a dairy farm in Otterville, Ontario, Arthur's life was built on hard work, agriculture, and horses. After graduating from the Ontario Agricultural College in Guelph, he learned the business alongside his uncle, Ed Arthur, before launching his own stable in 1969. Arthur quickly became known for his remarkable eye for young talent. While pedigree and conformation mattered, Arthur also believed the horse itself had to stand out first. Over the years, Arthur purchased, developed, raced, and sold an extraordinary list of standout horses led by Camfella, and also including Keystone Raider, Bow-Nosed Jate, and Justin Passing. His influence also extended to breeding stars such as Mach 3 and Silent Swing.
Silent Swing and Randy Waples take the late stretch lead.
Through his unmatched ability to identify a yearling's potential talent, Doug Arthur has left a lasting mark on Canadian harness racing.
Joining Doug Arthur on stage for his ring presentation is Dr. Bob Boyce.
Thanks to the men that pushed my nomination forward. I'm accompanied here tonight with immediate family, extensive family, and some lifelong friends. I'm grateful for their attendance. They all want to make sure this is for real, that I haven't just been putting them on. I landed in Greenwood Raceway. Well, first I should go through my uncle, Ed Arthur, who I knew raced horses as when I was growing up as a child, amongst other things. I got, when I was in my 20th year, I asked him about making it a career, and he agreed to take me on, telling me why it's the easiest thing in the world. I landed at Greenwood Raceway in 1964. The backstretch was populated by legendary horsemen, trainers and drivers at the peak of their career. And they became a standard which I tried to aspire to. Watching them daily train and race at Greenwood, I realized I had a great deal to learn, but what better place to get educated? I need to thank my staff that I was privileged to work with, men and women who were content to work long hours for little pay because of their love for the horse. I had other mentors over the years besides my Uncle Ed. One of note was a businessman from Tilsonburg, Danny Husted. We shared ownership with horses, a number of which he had directed me towards. My family was very important in keeping me grounded. My late wife, Linda, who looked after a lot of the business details and entertained clients with her lunches and her outgoing personality. Must talk about the marvelous horses that I was fortunate to acquire. They kept me company a great deal, and I trained them and they trained me. But what made it the easiest thing in the world was the fact that there was something to learn every day, and that never stopped. Thank you very much for the Hall of Fame for having me here.
Am I starting? Are you starting? No, wait, let's just go. Let's just wrap it up.
Yep. All right, that does conclude. That concludes the inductions of the Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame for the class of 2026. Big hand. A reminder, it's the 50th anniversary, and you can take your spiffy 50th anniversary glasses with you. And don't forget to purchase a spiffy 50th anniversary hat.
Those hats are available outside where you registered when you first came in. We also want to extend our congratulations to the inductees and thank their representatives for joining us this evening. The event would not be possible without the support of so many people and organizations. First and foremost, to Linda Rainey. Can we have a round of applause for Linda?
Thank you, Linda.
She manages the Hall of Fame and all of these little details that go into making this evening so fabulous. So thank you to her.
Thank you so much.
All right, we have a quick list of supporters here that we want to acknowledge.
Well, we'll start off with the audiovisual support, Digilex.
The awards to Soul Drive Enterprises.
Big thanks to my co-host here, Kelly Spencer.
And my co-host, Robert Geller.
Decor, Life in Flowers.
Event photography, Clive Cohen of New Image Media.
French translation, Manon Gravel.
Graphic design, DN Petty.
Inductee biographies, a big thanks to Jennifer Morrison, to Kathy Wade-Vlar.
Inductee photos, Michael Burns, Clive Cohen, Dave Landry, and Horse Racing Alberta.
To inductee rings, Justin's Canada.
Stall plates from Precision Craft, laser engraving.
Printing, Sportswood Printing, a division of Alamo Express Limited.
Video production by the always great Woodbine Entertainment Group broadcast production department, including producer Tammy Galanders.
And to the venue, Mississauga Convention Center.
All right. And finally, the Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame Planning Committee and all the volunteers. Without you, this would not be possible.
Thank you so much.
All right. Yes.
Finally.
Yes. This is important. Listen up. This is important. You'll want to hear this. So all of the beautiful florals at your tables, you're probably wondering, who gets to take those? And we have a democratic process, as we will not have fisticuffs in the Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame, all right? So here is the process. Are you ready? Listen closely. Here is the democratic process to determine who gets the florals at your tables. Since this is the 50th anniversary of the hall,
right,
the table arrangements go to the person who is closest to the age of 50, or or the person who is closest to being born in 1950. So closest to the age of 50 or closest to being born in 1950. All right? That's who gets to take home the florals. Thanks again to everyone for your contributions, and congratulations to all of our
Congratulations, everybody, and have a great night.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Happy travels.
Drink some margaritas by swinging blue lights. Listen to the mariachi play at midnight. Are you with me? 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 I wanna dance by water beneath the Mexican sky. Drink some margaritas by swinging blue lights. Listen to the mariachi play at midnight. Are you with me? Are you with me? Mexican sky. Drink some margaritas by swinging blue lights. Listen to the mariachi play at midnight. Are you with me? Are you with me? I wanna dance by water beneath the Mexican sky. Drink some margaritas by swinging blue lights. Listen to the mariachi play at midnight. Are you with me? Are you with me?
Tell me what you really like. Baby, my time. We don't ever have to fight. Just take it step by step. I can see it in your eyes, 'cause they never tell me lies. I can feel that body shake and the heat between your legs. You've been scared of love and what it did to you. You don't have to run, I know what you've been through. Just a simple touch and it can set you free. We don't have to rush when you're alone with me. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. You are not the single type, so baby, this the perfect time. I'm just trying to get you high, faded off this touch. You don't need a lonely night, so baby, I can make it right. You just gotta let me try to give you what you want. You've been scared of love and what it did to you. You don't have to run, I know what you've been through. Just a simple touch and it can set you free. We don't have to rush when you're alone with me. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. You've been scared of love and what it did to you. You don't have to run, I know what you've been through. Just a simple touch and it can set you free. We don't have to rush when you're alone.